Alright, welcome back to another video, another YouTube video. This is Mr. Blackhammer 2021 making a Smackdown review. I'm going to talk about Smackdown that happened last night. This will be a 30-minute video, and this video is sponsored by JD from New York, Solomon the Sound Off, Fightful Pro Wrestling, the Wrestle Talk, and the Wrestling Reserve, and Denise Salcedo. And those are all my favorite podcasters. I'm gonna give a shout out. I may leave a link at the end of the video. But yeah. Now, y'all want to see more? Hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. We will talk about Smackdown, and I have a lot to say about Smackdown. Now, tonight was the WWE draft. There were 4 rounds. I think about there were 4 rounds, and I will talk about the superstars that got drafted, the storylines that's gonna happen, and what do I think what will happen. I will do a go-home show for Monday Night Raw and for SmackDown. I think for SmackDown. Now the reason why I didn't do SmackDown review weeks ago because I wanted to wait until we got to there and talk about the draft. I may do one for SmackDown. I don't know. I think I'll do one for Raw. But yeah. So like I said, we're gonna talk about the WWE draft. SmackDown opened with Triple H. So now the WWE draft. Now Triple H did say that they would shake up the shows and make the shows a lot better. That this is the game changing of Raw and SmackDown. Now Triple H did announce that number 1 obviously was Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman was number 1, and was number 1. Number 2 was Cody Rhodes going to Monday Night Raw, and number 3 was Bianca Belair going to SmackDown. Now Bianca Belair is the Raw Woman champion, but she's been drafted to SmackDown. Becky Lynch has been drafted to Raw, so she's staying on Raw. Now after that, we got an interaction with the Usos and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. We did get them. We also got Bush and LA Knight in a singles match. We also got Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the LWO versus the Street Profits. The Street Profits went over on this match. It was pretty good. Alright, so as I was saying, alright, so round 2 of the WWE draft. Round 2 of the draft. Hold on. I have to see what happened. Alright, so round 2 of the draft. SmackDown had drafted the Street Profits. So Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford will be drafted to SmackDown together. So they are still a team. I don't know when they'll break up. I think they will. And maybe we'll give Montez Ford a single push, but both of them on SmackDown. All of the Imperium, Gunther, Luger Kaiser, and Giovanni are going to Monday Night Raw. Now Gunther the IC champion, so I get the IC title will be on Raw. I think I like that. That's a good trade. There's gonna be some big matches for Gunther, some big feuds. Gunther did great on SmackDown. I think he'll do good on Raw. And also Ez have been drafted to SmackDown. I like that. He can have some new feuds. He can challenge for the world title. Hopefully not Judgment Day, but he will challenge for the world title. That's a good pick. So Ez is gonna be on SmackDown. Matt Riddle gonna be on Raw, so he's staying on Raw. Matt Riddle is staying on Raw. After that, we did get Sonya Deville versus Zelina Vega in just a match here on SmackDown. Zelina won. The match went like what, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. She won with a roll-up, and then she had an interaction with Rhea Ripley. You know, she challenged her for the SmackDown Women's title at Backlash. Alright, after that, we did get round three for the draft. Now, JBL and Teddy Long came out to introduce the round three of the draft. Bobby Lashley had been drafted to SmackDown. I like that a lot. Bobby Lashley needs something new. Bobby Lashley can also challenge for the world title against Roman Reigns. Bobby Lashley's on SmackDown. Drew McIntyre had been drafted to Raw. Drew McIntyre can wrestle Gunther. He can also wrestle for the world title. I like that. And the OC, AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, and Miriam Michin are on SmackDown. Now AJ Styles did come back. AJ Styles had been out with an injury for the past few months. He had to miss the Rumble. He had to miss WrestleMania because he was out with an ankle injury. But he's back now. He's been drafting the SmackDown with OC and Michin. I like that a lot. That's good. He can also draft for the world title. Hopefully that he does good. The Miz have been drafted to Raw. And that was it. That was the second round. Alright. And now we can talk about round four. And this is the final for now. Round four. Shawn Michaels and I think it's Road Dogg. No, it's not Road Dogg. Yeah, I think it's Road. I don't know. It was Shawn Michaels and it was Road Dogg. Shawn Michaels and Road Dogg, the Hall of Famer, they come out and they introduce round four of the draft. All of Damage Control, Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai have been drafted to SmackDown. So that's good. Damage Control coming on SmackDown. And then Shinsuke Nakamura have been drafted to Raw. I like that a lot. That's a good trade. Nakamura been on SmackDown for like 5 years, I think. 5 or 6 years. He's been on SmackDown for like 6 years, ever since he came to the main roster. Ever since he was drafted. Ever since he came to the main roster. Since 2017. So him going to Raw is something new. That's going to be something big. Hopefully he still buds. He's going to get new feuds. He could also be given an opportunity for a World Championship if they see the opportunity for Nakamura. We also have an NXT call-up. We have Issa Dawn and Abia Faye. They've been drafted to SmackDown. They also won the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, and they were drafted to SmackDown. So I think something's gonna happen. They may lose the title pretty soon. And then the other NXT call-up was we had what's her name? It's Ivy Harwell. Ivy Harwell just won the NXT Women's Championship at Stand and Deliver. She also defended the title last week on Tuesday in a triple threat match. So those were your two NXT call-ups. So there's a lot of shock value and a lot of disappointment with the draft and some of the names. Now, first of all, I think I'll talk about Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes being drafted to Raw. So Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns will be separate from each other. Cause Reigns is on SmackDown with both titles. He's gonna be off TV for a while. Cody Rhodes is on Monday Night Raw. A lot of people are afraid Cody Rhodes is not gonna finish his story. A lot of people are afraid that he's not gonna win the WWE title. He might win the other title and he'll be second fiddle. I hope not. That's not gonna happen. Now, what I think is that Cody Rhodes will, once he gets done with Brock Lesnar, he may lose the title, and then Seth Rollins might win the new World Heavyweight title, and maybe Cody Rhodes wins Money in the Bank, and that gives him the adversity, and he has to struggle, and probably catch in at SummerSlam or later down this year. I hope that's where they're going. So yeah. Now, as for the NXT call-up, now it also doesn't make any sense to draft Bianca to SmackDown. Bianca Belair is the Raw Women's Champion, but she's been drafted to SmackDown. I hope that Rhea don't get drafted to Raw and then do that god awful title swap. I would say Io Sky, but Io Sky been drafted to SmackDown with damage control, so it would make sense for her to win it. I hope this is setting up a title unification match with Bianca and Rhea, maybe at Night of Champions. And then Rhea Ripley win both titles and they merge it into one because the women's division is not that strong enough. There's not enough on the main roster. There's not enough people who are over, and there's not enough call up. So hopefully that this is leading to that. I don't think Bianca should lose. I think she should have lost at WrestleMania against Asuka. Her being drafted to SmackDown, it would have made sense if she had dropped it to Asuka at WrestleMania. And then her being drafted to SmackDown and she's the babyface for Rhea Ripley. But instead she retained at WrestleMania and she been drafted to SmackDown as Raw Women's Champion. I hope that this leads to her and Rhea at Night of Champion and Rhea win both titles and she's now the main eventer, she's now the woman. She has to look for herself at the go. Hopefully it leads to that. Now as for the NFTs, call up, we got as for the NXT call ups, we got Indy Hartwell. She just won the NXT Women's Championship as Stand and Deliver. And she's been called up to the main roster way too soon. I think it's too early. I think that wasn't it. If she would come to the main roster, why did she win? Why did Perez retain her title? Or better yet, last week she defended the title. She beat Roxanne Perez and Zoe Stark in a triple threat match last week for that title. Why didn't she lose? I don't know what they're doing here. I don't know the plan. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, I'm glad she's on Raw, and they may continue the storyline with her and Dexter Lumis and John Gargano and Candice LeRae. There is a big storyline going into that. So that could happen. Now, as I said, we had the OC did return. AJ Styles came back and they confronted the Viking Raiders on SmackDown. Also, I forgot to mention, the main event of SmackDown last night was for the Undisputed Tag Team Championship, the WrestleMania main event rematch. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defeated the Usos last night in a pretty good match. That was pretty good. Now, I think we all kind of expected the Usos to lose, and this creates tension and adds more storytelling to the bloodline and more tension to Roman Reigns, because the Usos had dedicated the match to Roman Reigns now that they lost. Now, Solo did try to come out and interfere, but Matt Riddle came out and attacked them, and the Usos lost. So, this is going to be more tension for the bloodline and Roman Reigns. That's something going to happen. Now, in case you guys, now we all know that the Usos and Solo will take on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and Matt Riddle at Backlash in that 6-man tag. And I think the bloodline will lose. And then Roman Reigns will get upset. And there's going to be more tension between them. Probably on SmackDown. Now, I also want to I also want to talk about, now, as you guys know, after SmackDown went off the air, they did announce major entity call-ups. I will go through the names that were announced after SmackDown was over. JD from New York talked about it. There are some free agents on the show, by the way. Now, they did announce that MVP and Omos are part of the free agents. Alright, so, hold on.
When she defended the title, who could be another challenger for Roman Reigns? Michin, Mia Yim, Carl Anderson.
Alright, so, hold on for a second. have to want JD from New York to talk about the other NXT call up that happened after SmackDown went off the air.
Package deal end up over there. And the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions like
Hold on.
pairing, maybe
Alright.
McDonough is getting called up to the main roster.
Hold on.
So that's
Hold on. Let me go back here.
with the Shante Adonis and B-Fab. Lacey Evans is
Hold on. Go back here again.
at the Indie Hartwell Dexter Loomis pairing. Maybe we'll get some
Dexter
sort of
Loomis
Ray
is on Raw.
on Monday Night Raw with Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae, as Candice LeRae is also
Dexter
staying
Loomis is
Monday
on
Night
Raw.
Hit Row, Top
So Hit Woe, Top Dollar, and
Dollar, Bottom Dollar is staying on SmackDown with a shot.
so Hit Woe is staying on SmackDown. Top Dollar and B-Fab and Ashanti Giovanni will stay on SmackDown. Lacey Evans will also stay on SmackDown.
Shante Adonis and B-Fab. Lacey Evans is staying on SmackDown.
All
They
right.
should have drafted her to
Natalia is staying on Raw.
or moving over
All right.
Raw, I should say, from SmackDown. Not really a big move there.
Apollo
is moving
Crews.
back to the main roster from NXT.
Apollo Crews is coming back to the main roster from NXT. He's going to be on Raw. And I think he will compete for the IC title.
He's going to Monday Night Raw. He could be a nice presence for the Intercontinental Championship over there.
Yeah, so
That's a surprising
that's a good surprise.
move.
Chelsea Green will stay on Raw. Sonya Deville
is going to Raw.
is going to Raw. Zoe Stark is getting called up to the main roster.
She deserves it.
And that's a good move. So we have a few NXT talent. Zoe Stark going to the main roster. She's gonna be on Raw. That's a good move, along with Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. All right, what else?
Very well over there. And JD McDonough.
JD McDonough is getting called up. You guys know, JD McDonough is getting called up. He'll be on Monday Night Raw. And this is a surprise. And this is a good call. This is a good decision. And I said it for weeks, and JD said it for weeks. JD from New York also said it, and I do agree with some people. This will be great for Judgment Day, because as you guys know, Finn Balor had been teasing for weeks, and it been rumored that Judgment Day getting a new member, and JD McDonough may be in the group. JD and his character actually fit with the Judgment Day, and I think they needed a fifth member since they're feuding with Legado, because Legado has, because the LWO had 5 people, Judgment Day has 4. A fifth member is needed, and it's been rumored for weeks. JD's even said it, and they will get a fifth member. Now Finn Balor is the leader of Judgment Day. I think they will get a fifth member, and I think JD McDonough will definitely fit with that group. I think that'll be great, and they can also set up for War Games at Survivor Series. Now War Games is all the way in November. If they want to do long-term booking, that would be great. I think that would be wonderful. I think that they should give it to Judgment Day, because last year we had a great War Game with the Bloodline. I think they should build up a story with Judgment Day, probably going into War Games, and see how that's gonna be. That could be amazing. JD McDonough, I think he deserves it.
Why wouldn't he want one of his students in Judgment Day?
And don't forget that Finn Balor also trained JD McDonough on NXT. So there's history and there's a story to be told with that. That could be great.
And McDonough's gimmick fits perfect.
Yeah.
Now with JD McDonough possibly being
yeah.
add a lot to that.
So
this move, big time. Because I didn't think Von Wagner was good enough to be called up.
Also Von Wagner was called up.
He's got the in a free agent pool.
Wait, hold on.
Going to be a free agent.
Hold on, let me go back.
Asma LWO. I think that's great.
Yeah,
I think that's great. I'm actually excited about that move. JD McDonough is fucking great.
I
He's
can't wait
been in
for
a lot
I can't
for that
I can't
Monday
wait for
Night Raw
Juan to
show
see who else is
already.
gonna get drafted.
So Mustafa Ali.
So as for the free agents as for the free agent that they announced additionally after the show,
Who's
Ali
also in
Ali's a
the
free
pool to be
agent.
drafted on Friday. He is going to be a free agent along with Dolph Ziggler
Dolph Ziggler,
and Von Wagner.
Von Wagner.
Is
So Mustafa Ali and Dolph Ziggler and Von Wagner are free agents, which means they can go any show that they want. They're now free
drafted
agents.
to the main roster, placed in a free agent pool. I'm surprised by this
I was
move
actually
big
surprised by this
time
move, big
because I
time.
didn't think Von Wagner was good enough to be called up yet.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't think Von Wagner was good enough to be called up either. I think it's too soon. He's not ready, but he's now a free agent. Now he can go to any show.
He's got the makings of
He does have the
something,
makings of something,
but they didn't really
but
tap into any of that.
Von Wagner didn't do
NXT.
much
He
on
struggled
NXT.
to get over. He's lacking charisma. He's lacking
Yeah,
drafted. Grayson Waller, ton of guys.
yeah. So I can't wait for Raw and see what's gonna happen.
Down below in the
All right. Now the other thing I want to talk about is as you guys know, it's been reported by WrestleVotes that WWE is planning Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns to main event WrestleMania 40 in a rematch. They did say it's gonna be long-term booking. Um, if the rumors are true, then Cody won't finish his story until WrestleMania 40 in a rematch in Philadelphia. I think that's too long. I do prefer it to end at SummerSlam or probably in September or October, maybe. Probably somewhere later down the line this year. I think WrestleMania 40 is way too long and it's gonna drag out. And I think that time it'll be too predictable because we just saw him lose this year at WrestleMania 39, and I do agree with it. Some people don't, some people do. The reaction was 50-50 in the main event with Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. But I don't think that they should wait until next year. I think that's too long. There is criticism, there is fatigue about Roman Reigns holding the titles hostage for another year. He still have both titles, so I don't know how that's gonna work. I hope that they do something to get one of them off of them.
Still upset over the fact that Cody Rhodes.
So yeah. Now I also wanted to talk about the other news and rumors is that you guys know that Naomi, the wife of Jimmy Uso, Naomi signed with Impact Wrestling. She had decided to make an impact. She's now with Impact Wrestling. I didn't watch the show. I think I saw a highlight of her making her debut to Impact Wrestling, and she'll be there for a while. So Naomi, her real name is Trinity Fatu. So she is now in Impact Wrestling. She joins an already stacked women's division. Um, she's now in. So yeah, so Naomi now in Impact Wrestling. Um, Also, AEW canceled their weekly show for the launch of AEW Collision. So yeah. Um, I also wanted to talk about that. You guys know that Vince McMahon was sued yet again. Now Vince McMahon was sued by an WWE writer for scripted offenses to black wrestlers. This was yesterday that we talked about the report. So yeah, Vince McMahon and WWE once again found themselves on receiving end of a lawsuit. This time for a former WWE creative writer who was suing the company for racial discrimination within the workplace and for storylines from Vince McMahon's team that were pissed as offensive to people of color and other entities. Also, also the news, why the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, why it was created, and who is the first to win the title. Now, as I said, CM Punk was in the news again this week after visiting WWE during Raw, getting kicked out by Raw by Vince McMahon, and his meeting with Chris Jericho upon AEW return. What happened? How the meeting went, and what's next for CM Punk? So yeah, and I think that's all I gotta say about most of these guys. Um, yeah, yeah, like Vince McMahon being sued again for this racist theory. Um, wait, hold on, see what else I can read. What else is in the review here in this report? So yeah, I think that was it. That was Smackdown, and those were the news and rumors and the other things that we talked about. I will do a Monday Night Raw review. I will do a go home show of Raw and see what happens. I may do SmackDown. I will do a Backlash review. I may do a live stream for Backlash to talk about the show. Yeah, so until then, hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section if y'all want to see more. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support.